We are those of QO and would ask if there is another question at this time. Yes, QO, does each soul have a soulmate? And if so, what is the meaning of a soulmate to each of us? We are those of QO and are aware of your query, my brother. We find that, in our opinion, the term soulmate is very misleading, for it suggests that out of all the world there is only one entity who matches your temperament, personality, and desire to serve. In fact, every entity with whom you come in contact is potentially a soulmate. There is, however, more resonance and chemistry between some entities than others. If one discards the outer reasons for chemistry, such as good looks or the possession of money and power, and focuses only on those deeper threads of companionship about which we feel you're asking, then you will find yourself drawn to certain entities. You may have worked with them once or twice or a dozen times in the past. You may have had many different relationships in a way that is impossible to define or prove. You feel a connection to certain people. If you wish to develop that connection, and if the other entity also wishes to develop that connection in time with shared history, deep converse, and mutual meditation and service together, you may indeed become mated at the soul level. Indeed, many of you have incarnated into groups of those with whom you have incarnated again and again to be of service on planet Earth, and indeed for many wanderers on other planets as well. The idea of one soulmate is a romantic myth which stems from the yearning of the soul, the heart, and the personality for the opportunity to love completely and to be loved completely. We assure you that potential exists between any two people who come to the Creator on bended knee and who ask that the Creator be a part of their companionship, and that the companionship be more than a simple mating of mind and bodies. Yet ask that your companionships may always include the soul, and you shall find unconditional love in your life. It takes a great commitment to stay open-hearted to anyone whom you do not know well. In coming to know them, you will find their clay feet, and you will be asked to love without judgment. We encourage you to find the compassion to love dearly, humbly, and completely, with no judgment. For in such a way shall you indeed be soulmates with your companions, your spouses, and your family members who are in this incarnation, so that you may support them and encourage them, and so that they may support you and encourage you. My friends, they may falter, and so may you. And when that happens, we would urge you to start over again. Start over again without judgment and without concern. In the world of spirit, every day is a new creation. May we ask if there is another query at this time? When I feel my spiritual level is raised continuously, then I feel that it's very difficult to communicate with others. It's possible that I am meeting a bottleneck in myself. I feel very lonely. What should I do? We are those of QO and are aware of your query, my brother. It is very common in those who have awakened and have tasted the nectar of unconditional love for them to strive to spend all of their time in the harmonious reaches of the upper chakras of the energy body, the heart chakra of unconditional love, the throat chakra of communication and compassion, and the indigo chakra of the brow, with its work in consciousness and faith. These are wonderful climbs, and indeed a portion of you may spend all of its time in those heavenly realms. However, the key to living a balanced life is the constant rooting of those higher energies in the earth, and the constant uplifting of all lower energies by bringing them into the open heart. Therefore, we would suggest that it is unwise to remain even in the higher work, but rather it is well to balance all working in consciousness by moving into the lower chakras by praising and giving respect and honor to the most seemingly base or menial of energies. Praise and bless those grounded and necessary energies of sexuality, politeness, responsibility, and all those things that would seem to drag you down. Know and find the way to discover ever more clearly that there is no part of life that is not sacred. Your body itself is a temple, and as you wash it, tend it, care for it, feed it the right food to the best of your ability, and honor it for all of its natural functions, you are bringing the higher energies to bless and infuse the lower energies, and are redeeming them by your honor and respect. If you are cleaning the bathroom or the kitchen or doing the laundry, dwell in a joy and thankfulness and bliss and know that this is work worthy of all. It is often said within the Christian faith, of which this entity has spent her life, that to be a leader you must wash the feet of those whom you know, humbling yourself and being a servant to them. In a larger sense, you may look at the living of an earthly life as keeping a house that has 2 floors. Upon the first floor is the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, and the living room. Those environments which you associate with all of your lower chakra desires, needs, and responsibilities. It is well to clean the bathroom, scour the kitchen, freshen the bouquet of flowers that welcomes visitors to your living room, and do everything you can to honor and bless that lower floor of red ray, orange ray, and yellow ray concerns. And only when you have cleared and scorned and blessed and thanked and honored the first floor shall you ascend the steps to the upper room of meditation, contemplation, and working in consciousness. Above all, keep the light touch and the sense of humor, that your good life may never become a heavy life, but rather that it may radiate and be a light as light itself. Laughter is wonderful medicine for those who are lonely. And indeed, referring back to a question earlier in this session, we would say that if you are lonely, go out into the highways and the byways of your town. Seek out those who need companionship. You will find in serving others that the loneliness is no more, and that all is lifted by your capacity to serve others, and in your genuine realization of them as part of yourself, as you serve them, as you reach out to them, you will quickly find that your life has changed completely. For energy given comes around and is given back to you multiplied 100-fold, 1,000-fold, and 1,000,000-fold. Love is infinite. However, sometimes you need to initiate the giving of love to those who truly need it before you may begin to feel the reciprocity of loving and being loved. There is a tendency in all of those who have experienced the joys of living in the higher chakras to draw apart from the world, which is so hurly-burly and busy. Yet we assure you that your faith will gladly engage with all of that activity and seeming lack of beauty. For if you bring your love to a situation, that situation shall surely be transformed. We are those of QO, my brothers and my sisters of the open heart. You are loved beyond all telling. We find it is time we leave this instrument and this group, in the love and light, the power and the peace of the one infinite creator. Those of QO wish you love and light. Adonai, Adonai.